Tell me something that you wish more people understood.
This is not America. This is Polynesia. Our country was stolen. That's one of your problems. You're ignorant, woefully ignorant. You think you are in America. You are not in America. You are in a colony.
This right here, that message that the woman just gave, is exactly why the right wing is so up in arms about critical race theory. You know, we can't be letting people know about the truth about America, because after all, America was won. It wasn't taken, it was won. We won it. You know, we beat these people fair and square. You know, I've literally heard people argue that it wasn't taken, we won it fair and square. Like, what does that mean? We had bigger guns, so we just took it? I guess that's what fair and square means, because that's literally how this worked. You know, people from Europe came over here, systematically took everything over. Disease wiped out most of the Native Americans. And then as the United States, just up here, because, you know, we got South America and Canada and all that too. But as the United States continued to expand west, really one of the main things that drove that expansion was slavery until a certain point. But that's a lot of what made America grow. It was speculators on land who said, oh, you know, you'll be able to grow all these crops on this land. And then slave owners, which were big entrepreneurs at the time, came to those spots, bought up the land, and started working the land. That's how this country expanded. And slavery is what kept it together.
That is in Polynesia, that was forcibly taken, just as, I might add, all of Eastern Europe was forcibly taken by the Soviet Union, which Americans think is a very, very bad place. The bad, bad Soviet Union.
I mean, one of the points that I make often, whether it's on this channel or whether I'm just talking to people in, you know, in my friend circle, is, you know, Native Americans literally were in the hundreds of millions in this country. There were 100 million people on this continent. And now, when was the last time you really saw a Native American? If you didn't have to be told that they were. Their territories have been reduced to practically nothing. And a lot of the Native American reservations are steeped in drug problems because look at what they've gone through. Look at what they've had to endure, you know. So it's just like, that's the reality of the United States. And that's why people, well, not people, but the right wing is so up in arms about their children learning about that. And lo and behold, most of the people who are up in arms about it are white, you know, because look who's the antagonist in most of those stories. So I just really like how this woman delivered that message, because it was powerful and it was true and there was no sugarcoating.
Well, the bad, bad United States of America took Puerto Rico, it took Alaska, it stole Indian land, it took Hawaii, it took Guam, it took Micronesia, Palau, and you had better learn that history because you are the recipient of an imperialist tradition.
And it's important for us to know how this country was built, how this country is maintained, because if not, we're just going to continue to make the same mistakes. You know, we're going to continue this American imperialist mindset and culture, which the right wing is hell-bent on, you know, expanding in this country. And that's just going to grow, and we're going to start taking over more land. We're just going to start conquering more areas, because why not? You know, that's what people do. And of course, with the lack of knowledge comes an inability to truly move forward in a way that nobody ever has, which is why history repeats itself so much. I mean, it's why you got that guy in North Carolina, that Republican, who wants to eliminate social studies and science teaching from people, kids below the 6th grade. Like, oh yeah, okay, well, I wonder why that may be. Probably so that they don't know how anything works, but we know the truth.